Hi there, we're on our next project of our 2018 paper pack challenge, and this project goes along with this acetate box here. The box came originally, it was 4 by 6.5. I placed an order with clearbags.com. I got my my long bags that I did the little Hershey's Nuggets treats in and so forth. But anyways, this was 4 by 6.5. I cut it in half while it was flat, so it was easier to cut in half. And now I have two boxes that are 3 1/4 by 4 inches. Okay, and what I did was I made this little insert out of excuse me, out of cardstock and paper. That way it has like a flip top lid, and you can put all kinds of treats and things in there and see them and so forth. So we're gonna do that right now. Basically, we've got a piece of our pattern paper cut at 4 5/8 by 3 5/8. And we're going to do some scoring. On the 5 3/8 side, we're going to score at 5/8. And at 4 3/4. And we're going to turn it. And on our 4 5/8 side, we're going to score at 1 inch, and at 1 5/8. I'm sorry, that wasn't 1 inch, that was a 1/2 inch. 1 inch, score at 1 inch, and 1 5/8. Ignore that score line there. Guess my hands are not listening to my brain today. Okay. So now what we're going to do is, with the extra score line in there, it threw me off for a second, so you're going to have to forgive me for just a minute. All right. So this is going to fold over, and these little flaps here are going to join together. So what we're going to do is, we're going to cut in on, which should have been the only 2 score lines on this side. But because I made the extra one, there's 3. So ignore that one. There should just be 2 score lines there, and you're going to notch those in. Okay, so then what we're going to do is, at this point, this is going to slide into the box, okay? And when we put everything together, you're going to have your flap and so forth. As you can see, my paper is showing right here on the side. You can see my paper. If you would rather, whatever you're putting in the box, if you would rather see your contents instead of the paper, then you will want to trim off these side flaps, okay? I'm not going to. I'm going to keep them there. So this is going to fold over like this. What we're going to do is, the only adhesive we have to worry about is on these small flaps. So I'm going to hit those small flaps with some adhesive. Take our top flap here and just match up our score lines like that. Match up the edge to the score line. Okay. And basically all you're doing is, like I said, you're just shoving this in there, and then your top here that you've made, I'm going to adjust mine a little bit. Okay, so see, and then it is tight enough to where when you open the lid, you know, you can get your contents out. When you close the lid, it actually is tight enough, it stays closed. So you wouldn't have to have anything to keep it closed. What I have done, I've made these before for different occasions. I've taken like some twine or some pretty sparkly ribbon, and I have run it through this way and kind of spread it out, and then I'll put my sentiment up here on the top.